Price controls on groceries at first glance sound like a dream come true, right? Cheaper food for everyone. But it's not that simple. In fact, it's a classic case of be careful what you wish for. Price controls might actually lead to something none of us want: empty shelves and lower quality products. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but stick with me. We're going to break this down and explore why something that seems so good on the surface could cost us a lot more in the long run. Let's start by taking a look at how grocery stores actually work. These places we visit every week run on incredibly thin profit margins. We're talking just 1 to 2%. That might surprise you, especially when you see how much you're spending at the checkout. But it's true. To put that in perspective, let's compare it to some other industries. Defense contractors, for example, often see profit margins of 11 to 13%. That's 5 to 10 times more than your local grocery store. So when we talk about cutting prices at the supermarket, we're not talking about slicing into a big, juicy profit pie. We're talking about shaving slivers off a razor-thin margin. Now imagine forcing these stores to lower their prices even more. They'd essentially be selling at a loss. No business, no matter how big or small, can survive that for long. It's simply not sustainable. But don't just take my word for it. Let's travel back in time and see what history has to teach us about price controls. One of the most famous examples is the Soviet Union. Their centrally planned economy relied heavily on price controls, and what was the result? Chronic shortages of basic goods. People were waiting in long lines for bread, soap, and other essentials. It's a stark reminder of what can happen when we interfere too much with market prices. Even the United States isn't immune to these effects. During World War II, price controls were implemented as part of the war effort. The result? Rationing became necessary and black markets sprang up to meet demand. People were literally trading ration coupons illegally just to get the goods they needed. So why does this happen? To understand, we need to grasp a fundamental concept in economics. Prices aren't just arbitrary numbers. They're signals. They convey crucial information about supply and demand in the market. When a product is scarce, its price goes up, encouraging producers to make more and consumers to buy less. When there's abundance, prices fall, encouraging more consumption and less production. This delicate balance is thrown off when we mess with these signals. Let's bring this back to our grocery stores and think about what happens when prices are forced down through government controls. First, some producers might stop making certain products altogether. If they can't sell at a price that covers their cost and provides a modest profit, they'll simply exit the market. That means less choice for consumers and potentially shortages of some goods. Second, we might see a drop in the quality of products that stay on the shelves. Companies desperate to maintain some semblance of profitability under price controls might cut corners. They could use cheaper ingredients, reduce portion sizes, or skimp on quality control. So while the price tag might look better, you're actually getting less value for your money. Third, and perhaps most troublingly, we could see the rise of black markets. When goods can't be obtained legally at the controlled price, underground markets often emerge. These markets operate outside the law, which means there are no consumer protections, no quality standards, and often much higher prices than we would have seen without the controls. But the effects don't stop there. Price controls can have far-reaching consequences throughout the economy. Farmers might plant less if they can't get a fair price for their crops. Food processing plants might close down or move overseas. Trucking companies might reduce their fleets. The ripple effects can touch every part of the food supply chain, potentially leading to job losses and economic slowdown. So why would anyone propose price controls if they're so problematic? Well, the intentions are usually good. Policymakers see people struggling with high food prices and want to help. It's a natural and commendable instinct. But as we've seen, the cure can often be worse than the disease. There's also a political angle to consider. Price controls can be an attractive quick fix for politicians. They're easy to explain and can provide immediate, visible results. Lower prices on price tags. The negative consequences, on the other hand, often take time to manifest and can be harder to directly link to the policy. But don't worry. There are better ways to keep groceries affordable without resorting to price controls. Let's explore some alternatives. First, we can address the root causes of inflation. Rising prices are often a symptom of larger economic issues, like an increase in the money supply or supply chain disruptions. Tackling these underlying problems can help stabilize prices across the board, not just in groceries. Second, we can encourage more competition in the market. When businesses have to compete for customers, they naturally try to offer the best prices they can. This can be achieved through policies that make it easier for new businesses to enter the market and for existing businesses to expand. Third, we can provide targeted subsidies to those who need them most. Instead of artificially lowering prices for everyone, including those who can afford higher prices, we can offer assistance specifically to low-income individuals and families. This could take the form of expanded food stamp programs or grocery vouchers. Fourth, we can invest in agricultural technology and infrastructure. By making food production and distribution more efficient, we can help bring down costs naturally, without the need for price controls. The bottom line is this: while price controls might sound good in theory, they often backfire in practice. They can lead to shortages, quality issues, and economic distortions that end up hurting the very people they're meant to help. We need smart, nuanced solutions that keep food affordable without crashing the whole system. It's a complex issue, and there are no easy answers. But by understanding the potential consequences of policies like price controls, we can make more informed decisions and advocate for solutions that truly help in the long run. Thanks for sticking with me through this exploration of the price control paradox. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more straightforward explanations of complex economic issues. And let me know in the comments what other economic topics you would like to see explained. Until next time, stay curious and keep learning.